So I'm here in Beijing in the great World Sheraton Hotel and attending the GELP conference, having great discussions about educational transformation, which prompted me to think about what kind of transformation or transformation to where kind of things. There are three questions I've been pondering about. I think number one is the ultimate goal of education or schooling. We talk a lot about preparing adequate, competent employees, but in the age of participation, which means everyone could participate on the global scale through technology. You can run your own eBay store, for example, or in the age of the creative class, according to Richard Florida, everyone needs to be creative. We have more jobs than this creativity. So I'm thinking about maybe we should shift the goal of education to not preparing employees, but instead preparing entrepreneurs. And in the future, maybe big companies is a huge network of entrepreneurial creative people rather than just people who acquire a set of knowledge or skills to work for existing employers, because those employers shift all the time. I think if you reading books like Economics, you will see businesses dramatically shifted, not a hierarchical organization, but rather groups of autonomous individuals who are creative, but they would work in partnership in that sense. So the first question is that we should really question, do all education systems should continue to prepare employees in the age of globalization or for education 3.0? The second question I've been thinking about is globalization has heightened the sense about global competitiveness. However, I think there is a misconception that people have across the world is they interpret global competitiveness in terms of a few test scores on a few subjects. And that has had this homogenization effect on school curriculum. That is, many schools are focused on teaching the traditional subjects that they think they can measure as being measured through PISA or TIMSS. And those scores drive many educational systems. When they get those good scores, they keep thinking about maybe their education system is good enough. However, that is very much akin to reducing the Olympic Games to a one sport event. Imagine you can have a great runner, but if you have only one sport, that's running, and all the swimmers, divers will be gone. They won't be here. I think different cultures, different countries have their own local strength. It should be perhaps push for more diversification so we can all be strong and complement each other. And that's maybe a better way for global competitiveness, is to identify your own strength, your uniqueness, rather than trying to be the same and trying just to be slightly better, because you're trying to compete on the same thing. The only thing you compete on is price. How much, how cheaper you can go. That's not a good idea. The third question has to do with what I call side effects. In medical research, we do a lot of research about whether any medication or medical procedures have side effects. If the side effects outweigh the cure, they'll stop using it, or they would never release it. I think educational research, we tends to focus on the positive effects, the cure itself, without knowing what we might have sacrificed. I think Alfred Kohn, who raised the question, actually he suggests parents asking the question, that is, when your children's test scores go up, you should ask schools, what have you sacrificed to get the scores up? So I think we should, as educational leaders, when we do any transformation, we should be very careful about the potential side effects. That is, what are the potential harm you may do when you're trying to pursue certain goals you think is positive. So I think this should get us thinking about it on GETideas, the website. I hope we can have some discussion further. Thank you.